Coming forward now, sent on their way for Division 1 of this 5 and up Mares Maiden. Peerless Beauty and Gain Iniski are the first two to show. Swallowash, Windsor, Dawn, Dunnamaggin and Hello Dolly all racing in the front rank with Clearly Crazy and Laurel Girl as they go out over fence number 1. Sam 91 is towards the tail end of the field in company with Bailey Surprise, and Kaching is the overall back marker. But a much steadier gallop is being set in this contest than in the 5-year-old geldings Maiden and half an hour ago, and as a result 11 runners very tightly grouped. It's Peerless Beauty, the pink sleeves, racing on the inside of Gain Iniski, Tom Harney and Tom Hamilton to the fore. Clearly Crazy, green sleeves with a yellow cap, races on the inside of the Soul Grey in the lineup. That's Swallow Watch with the yellow sleeves. Hello Dolly, red with white seams, races in mid-division. On the extreme outside is the navy jacket, yellow sleeves of Windsor Dawn. Dunnamaggin is in the centre in mid-pack, the chestnut with the orange jacket and the black disc. Out wider for the green and white of Bailey's Surprise. Sam 91, a white cap with a yellow jacket, has two behind. They are Kaching in the yellow and blue, and the overall back marker is Laurel Girl, orange jacket with white sleeves. Out over fence number 2 they go. Dunnamaggin, not as fluent as some of her other rivals, looking to give Kieran Purcell a quick double on this afternoon's card as they're quickly out over fence number 3 with Kaching now relegated to be the new back marker. Bailey Surprise is last but one. Turning right-handed, heading on the run towards fence number 4, it's the cross fence, and Peerless Beauty and Gain Iniski continue to dispute the advantage. And they have the lead by 2 or so lengths to Clearly Crazy and Windsor Dawn. Hello Dolly is settled in the 5th position. Races just in advance of Swallow Watch. After these races, Sam 91. Laurel Girl has made up a couple of positions there in the last furlong. Now has 3 behind. Dunnamaggin, Kaching is towards the rear of the field, and Bailey Surprise did have to be driven away from fence number 1 and is just beginning to lose touch as they turn right-handed and head on their way towards 5 and 6, which will mark the completion of the opening circuit. And it is Gain Iniski in the centre, Peerless Beauty on the inside, Windsor Drawn getting ever closer in the 3rd spot. Clearly Crazy races in the 4th position. There's then a break of a length or 2 to Hello Dolly, Swallow Watch, Laurel Girl, Sam 91, Dunnamaggin, Kaching, and the back marker remains Bailey Surprise, who's now receiving reminders from Sean Staples as they head up in front of the judge. Head on their way towards the bend, which will bring them towards 7 and 8. And in front, Gain Iniski, Tom Hamilton, narrow advantage to Peerless Beauty and Tom Harney. Windsor Dawn races in the 3rd position for Niall Prendergast, being followed by Clearly Crazy and Aaron Sinnott. Hello Dolly and Joey Dunn is next from Swallow Watch and Owen Shaw. Sam 91 is on the inside and James Walsh. Laurel Girl and Connor Smithers, Dunnamaggin and Luke Murphy, being followed by Kaching and Andrew Phelan. That gap back to Bailey's Surprise and Sean Staples. So heading on the run towards 7 and 8 in this line, and it's still Gain Iniski in the centre. Peerless Beauty on the inside was placed in her debut at Tipperary. Wider on the course to Windsor Dawn, another one in placed form. She was second at Lisrona during the autumn campaign. Clearly Crazy is in 4th position, 2 placed efforts to her name, including when finishing just in front of Peerless Beauty at Tipperary. Laurel Girl is next. Swallow Watch receives reminders. She has a couple behind her. Dunnamaggin and Kaching are that pair. As right-handed they race, they head on their way towards the next, which is fence number 9. It'll bring them back into the home straight. And Gain Iniski and Windsor Dawn are 1-2. Peerless Beauty drops into 3rd, about 2.5 lengths off the leaders. Clearly Crazy is next as they go out over number 9. Sam 91 and Hello Dolly matching strides in mid-pack as they take the bend. They're being followed by Laurel Girl. Swallow Watch is back on the bit. Dunnamaggin's just briefly being driven along, and Kaching has always been at the tail of the field. So heading on their way towards the next, and it is fence number 10, over which Gain Iniski pecks slightly on landing. Bailey's Surprise pulled up before fence number 7. And as they head on their way towards the next, it's 6 from the finish. Windsor Dawn yellow sleeves on the outside of Gain and Niski, and the field are just beginning to spread out as the tempo increases, and that's because we have a new leader with Windsor Dawn coming through under Niall Prendergast, and goes on by 2 lengths to Gain and Niski. Peerless Beauty's in third. Clearly Crazy has always tracked the front trio in fourth, with Hello Dolly racing on the outside of Sam 91, one of the newcomers in this contest. Laurel Girl is towards the rear of mid-division, and Kaching has now relegated Swallow Watch to be the new back marker, and Dunnamaggin will not go out on the final circuit. We'll call it a day with 5 fences to jump. So up at the head of affairs, it's Windsor Dawn now back, joined once again by long-time leader Gain and Niski. Peerless Beauty, Pink and Blue races in third, with Clearly Crazy always been prominent in that fourth position. There's then a break of a length or so to Sam 91, who continues to creep closer under James Walsh, now moving into the 5th spot. Hello Dolly wasn't quick away from that obstacle and now has to be driven along. Laurel Girl, Kaching and Swallow Watch are next as they go out over the fence, which is 4 from the finish. And out over it is Gain and Niski and Tom Hamilton, with the advantage by a length and a half to Peerless Beauty and Tom Harney. Races on the outside of Clearly Crazy and Aaron Sinnott, who's come through and taken over the 2nd spot. Sam 91 just has to extend now to go with this front trio as they go out over the 3rd last. Hello Dolly is next, with Kaching trying to make a forward move. Laurel Girl, Windsor Dawn hasn't been able to pick up and has dropped towards the rear of the field. So heading on the way towards the home straight, as Swallow Watch called it a day there before the 3rd last. As they race into the home straight, they've 2 to jump in Division 1 of this mares contest, and Kaching from last to first has taken a share of the advantage out wide of the white sleeves. Peerless Beauty in the centre, Laurel Girl and Gain and Niski 3 and 4. They're beginning to pull clear over Hello Dolly and Sam 91, who hasn't been able to pick up. Laurel Girl on the inside of Peerless Beauty, out over it. Peerless Beauty perhaps with a narrow advantage is just beginning to extend for Tom Harney and Ross O'Sullivan. Peerless Beauty is just going to get up from Kaching on the outside, who puts it up to the judge. The inside was Laurel Girl. Hello Dolly, Gain and Niski weakened into the 5th spot. Coming down at the last when held towards the rear was Sam 91. Windsor Dawn pulled up before the final fence.